Our favorite gaming projector, BenQ's X3000i, just got an upgrade. It looks the same, but it's different. This is BenQ's new X3100i gaming projector. Welcome to A Game From a Box, this is Sergio IM, and last year we checked out BenQ's incredible X3000i gaming projector, and due to its success, this year they're going all in and expanding on the line with two new X series projectors along with this upgraded X3100i which we got our hands on. So let's see what's new. I'm gonna need a bigger table. Inside we've got a ton of padding, so let's take everything out and go through it. Nice. As with all BenQ's projectors that end in I, that's standing for intelligence, we have their new Android TV dongle, the QSO2, which upgrades picture and streaming quality across the board, and it finally has Netflix certification. It comes with a dedicated controller, but it also works with the one that comes with the projector. To install it, you remove the two screws on the lid, pop it off, connect it to the dedicated HDMI port, and hook it up to the included charging cable. Normally, something like this would be built into the unit, but BenQ is different. They're cool. But I actually like this method because first, you can use this dongle on other devices, and second, it's much easier to upgrade down the line. Then we have two power cables for the projector, one Type-C and the other Type-B. Next, we have a quick start guide, and then we have these two legs along with this rubber pad that you can place on top in the same layout as below, so you can use the projector upside down in case you want the lens at a lower position. And finally, we have the projector's controller that also works with the QSO2 dongle. It's IR with this unique angle. It runs off two AAA batteries, which are included. They have soft rubber buttons, and it's backlit, which activates when you press a button, and that lasts just about a second to help save battery life. All right, come on in, let me show you around. It has the same design as the previous version, which I like to describe as a slick yet awkward but quirky rounded box with a lot of ventilation. Underneath, we have 2 feet with about 1 inch of adjustment, a rubber pad down here, 3 M4 by 8mm threads to mount it, and a handy indicator line for the center of the lens. On the front, we have that same unique glossy panel with this geometric design, an IR sensor on the bottom right, and the lens is on the top left. Up top, we have our lens shift knob, which works smoothly and very precisely. On the left side, we have a lot of ventilation. Then we have all our essential buttons, and 2 knobs for focus and zoom. To the right, we have more ventilation, always a good thing. Then over on the back, you can see our speakers through here, and we have all our I/O. First up, we have 2 HDMI that they've upgraded to HDMI 2.0B, which is capable of 4K at 60 Hz with HDR. Yes, I wish it was HDMI 2.1, but the tech's just not there yet, so it remains on the wish list for now. The right HDMI port has eARC support, so you can get video along with 7.1 channel and Dolby Atmos audio out of that one port. In the middle, we've got a 12-volt trigger to use with a compatible screen. Next, a USB-A port for power, a SPDIF or optical digital out for audio, an RS-232 control port, a 3.5mm mini jack, and down here, AC for power. Once you power it on, startup takes about 3 seconds and it defaults to the QSO2 HDMI port. While we're here, the QSO2 gives us full Android TV with 4K streaming. It has Chromecast built in along with AirPlay, and then you have access to all the most popular streaming apps, including Netflix, which is notoriously picky at authorizing devices, which BenQ finally scored. So here's the spec sheet. Feel free to pause and check that out, and let's talk highlights. Starting with throw distance, I managed to get a 100-inch image at about 8 feet as advertised, but at 12 feet, you can go as big as 150 inches. Now, you can adjust the image digitally with either the traditional 2D Keystone that has 30 degrees of adjustment on each side, and it also has a handy auto vertical adjustment. The second is a digital zoom with a panning adjustment feature, but the problem with these digital adjustments is that they use up resources, which reduces performance and resolution, which is why you can't use these in game mode. So you're better off not relying on them and instead setting it up manually along with its physical adjustments. That being a 1.3 times zoom with the ring on the side, and the highly requested, long-awaited lens shift. Yes, it's finally here, and with it we get a 40 to 60% vertical adjustment, which really makes a difference, especially if you're mounting it on a ceiling. Same as before, it's a DLP projector with their 4 LED light source tech that gives us vibrant hues, high brightness, and it's also energy efficient with a lifespan rated at 30,000 hours, so you don't have to worry about replacing the lamp anytime soon. This time around, they've upgraded the brightness from 3000 to 3300 ANSI lumens, which is very noticeable, and the contrast ratio has gone from 500,000 to now 600,000 to 1, and it still has HDR10 support, which gives us those realistic shadows, and it boosts color accuracy, which helps bring out all those little in-game details such as blades of grass, hair, and tiny particles. Moving on to color, same as its predecessor, it still covers 100% of the DCI-P3 color space thanks to that 4 LED system, and it has excellent color accuracy. Blues and greens looked very rich and vibrant, we have bright reds and yellows that pop right off the screen, and the details and gradients look great. Black levels look good, and it gets very close to achieving true blacks, but when projecting dark scenes, it comes off like a very deep dark gray. As for audio, you know BenQ does integrated speakers well. In here we have two 5-watt treVolo speakers that utilize their cinematic sound to give us spatial audio so you can hear all those details around you. Same as before, in a normal sized room, it sounds pretty good. With their default presets, it has a fairly dynamic but well-rounded sound, details stand out clearly, albeit a bit tinny, and it can also get pretty loud but not blown out.
Time to go boom, boys! Oh, no! Spider-Man has got defenses!
Overall, at this quality, they're an awesome entry point, but if you're in a larger space, it loses a lot of strength, so you're better off with a dedicated system in that case. Another thing I want to give props to BenQ for is automation and presets. Now, if you want to tweak and adjust every setting, you can do that, and there's a lot to play with, but if you're someone who just wants to use this projector right out of the box without having to fuss with settings, BenQ has presets for both visuals and audio that give you the best settings possible, but they go further with their new setting exchange software, which lets you connect your laptop to the projector so you can add presets from esports pros based on specific games so you can use their same setup. Now, as for what makes it a gaming projector, it all comes down to performance. The x3100i has an input lag of 16.7 milliseconds at 4K 60Hz, which is what most next-gen titles on the PS5 and Xbox Series X max out at. But it can go as low as 4.2 milliseconds at 1080p 240Hz, which is even better for intense multiplayer games or titles that require quick and precise inputs, as long as you're cool with that resolution. Regardless, even while looking for it, at 16.7 milliseconds, I didn't experience any noticeable input lag, and I don't think most people will either. There's much more to it, but at the end of the day, the x3100i is a fantastic projector that really upgrades the gaming experience, especially if you have a setup that can take full advantage of it with a 150-inch screen and a dedicated audio system, which gives you that epic cinema at home experience. But although the focus is on gaming, it's also great for video. I've been watching a lot of animated movies on it, and they just pop right off the screen. As I first said, they also added 2 other projectors to this X line, which are worth looking into as well. But if you're looking for something smaller and more casual, I did get my hands on their upcoming GP100A projector from their portable series, which I'm very excited about. So make sure to subscribe for that, because we'll be covering it soon. Also, if you're looking to pick one up along with anything else featured in this video and want to support us at the same time, please check out the affiliate links down in the description below. Once again, this is Sergio IM. Thanks for liking and subscribing, and I'll see you for the next box.
Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and want to help us out, you can do so by clicking that thumbs up button, and while you're at it, why not subscribe for more content? It's free. We also love to hear you out, so please leave a comment down below or talk with us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm Sergio IM, and I'll see you for the next box.